Hi everyone, this is Sherri with Studio 28E and welcome back to my channel. I have made this journal out of a kit that I designed myself. It's called Butterflies and Flowers and it's available at my Etsy shop, which is also Studio 28E. It's a large kit. I did not get to use all of the elements, but it's a very large kit. It's a 2 3/4 inch by, it's 6 3/4 inches wide, 9.5 inches tall. These butterflies are made out of soda cans. I used my die cut machine, my Cuttlebug or my Cut and Boss, one of them, and they cut relatively easy. It's got what I call a bolo tie closure, corner protectors, they're gold or brass. This flower trim down the back, and the closure is attached behind the middle flower. There are 4 signatures, total of 144 pages. There are about 35 tags, I believe, and 29 or so tuck spots and envelopes, whatever. So this is the outside cover. Now these butterflies could be fragile. I suggest you don't play with them. If you bend them back and forth enough, wings will probably break off. And you might want to fasten them down with some kind of glue. So the journal does lay flat. It's got a hidden spine. Inside we have a pocket. Oh, this is in focus, I can't tell. With a tag inside. There's ledger paper on the back that you can write on. A velvet bow on the top. This inside piece was lined with some floral trim. This page was done with a decoupage napkin, and then I put stickles on the begonias, hydrangeas, and on the little butterfly. This has a scroll corner piece that I die cut out. No, I got that from a friend, Carol Farney, and there's a dragonfly that I've fussy cut it out from my kit and added some stickles. There's a writing page from the kit. I've also bordered these 2 pages with a little bit of washi tape, and these have a little bit of stickles top and bottom. There's machine stitching, various stitches that I use. I stitched in pink. Not every page has stitching, nor does every tag. Here's a belly band made out of fabric. Another tag with a little crocheted flower. I did not make the flower. The tag is made out of a decoupage napkin, and there is yellow legal paper on the back that you can write on. This is a page from the kit. It's irises and a butterfly, and there are stickles on them. There's a tag from the kit. Irises with the butterfly. There's stickles on the butterfly. It's a Tim Holtz tag tuck. I can put other tags in there, and here's just a little piece of writing paper that I had avocado dyed, and that's just tucked in there as well. This is a little flower that I made, and I put a little bit of bling in the center. It's a jelly print page with greens and yellows, and I think I used a stencil on as well. You probably can't tell that, but it is a floral stencil. A little bit of butterfly washi tape. The other side of that page is just tea stained or coffee stained paper. Here's an index page from a music history book. It's a page from the kit. It's Morning Glories. It's got stickles on it as well, and there are a few butterflies. It's also a pocket, and it's got a sheet of writing paper inside of it. It's a yellow paper that I dyed with food coloring, and a blue page I dyed with food coloring, and it's got sprayed with shimmer mist. That's the other side of that page with the polka dots on it. There's some more morning glories with some different butterflies and a little bit of a different scene, and it's actually printed on a piece of my eco-dyed paper. Well, the paper was scanned in, but that is a piece of my paper. There's a page from the kit, and I'm not sure what the flowers are. These look like coneflowers to me, and maybe snapdragons. They're red, blue, and red, and it's got a little bit of a background there. Here's a little piece of a song. Well, it's a... I don't know if it's the whole song, but anyway, it's When We Gathered Wildflowers. And here's a guest check. Came right on the back. It's been tea stained. It's got a napkin decoupage, a little bit of sari silk, and fabrics behind that. Page from the kit. It's the butterflies, dragonflies, and it's got some stickles on the butterflies, and there's some writing behind the butterflies, and then another background. I haven't put anything on the ties yet. I'm not sure if I'm going to do buttons or what, but I will be adding that. There's a pocket with a butterfly postcard that Lindsay Zenor had sent me probably a year or so now ago. She sent me a book of postcards. So those were in there. And here's a little, I believe that's like a Johnny Jump Up, and I put some puffy paints on there. This is blue that I've dyed and used a little bit of a spray gold mist on it. I used a stencil. I'm not sure if you can tell, there are some flowers on there. A page from the kit with a butterfly and some kind of inchworm and a cocoon. It's a page. This is page from the kit. This is paper that I stained with food coloring, and these were stitched zigzag. Here's a page of yellow that I dyed, and it's got a stencil that I used a die cut that someone had sent me for the stencil, and you can see the butterfly and the flowers in it. It's a top loading envelope with a tag with Johnny Jump Ups, and it's got some fabric trim for the tie, and then I put a little bow at the bottom. There's another page from the kit, lavender, well, they're usually lavender, lilacs with some butterflies. Backgrounds were created by me. It's the other side of that music index, and it has butterfly stencils on it. And here's a little card that I thought was cute. It was in a packet that I bought, and it says Two Lips. I thought it was fitting for the floral part of this. There's a tuck spot with a doily that's been tea stained. There's a writing page. The other side of the jelly print, just a little embellished paper clip. Here's a pocket made out of paper, homemade paper that came from China. I got it from Susan Nunn. She knew someone that was selling their stock out, and so she very nicely sold me some of this paper, and it's beautiful. And there's a little bit of messy stitching and a piece of two pieces of fabric, and it holds a tag. It's a piece of vintage doily and some bling, and a fabric piece is for the tie. And it's a page from the kit, various types of flowers, lilies and pansies, and I don't know what else, and a couple of butterflies. Here's just an envelope. This is a page from the kit, and it's got stickles on the butterflies and the flowers. And there is nothing in this particular envelope. And that's the back side of the first signature. And we've got some stickles on the hydrangeas. Second signature is a very old piece of music. It was a lesson. It has instructions or criticisms or whatever on here, suggestions maybe. Piece of fabric, lace, and a butterfly. On the other side, I reinforced it so the edges wouldn't crumble. And I put a glassine bag and tucked 2 tags. This one has a Tim Holtz flower and a piece of ephemera, a little tiny butterfly, some, oh, I forget what that's called. It's like cheesecloth. I want to say scary cloth, but I'm not sure. But it comes out at Halloween anyway. And a piece of pink wool that I balled up, and on the back there's a piece of the paper from the kit with the floral border, and on the back of this tag there's some lines, and there's a butterfly with some string and a button, and it says, "And let it fly away." It's got Tim Holtz die cut wildflowers that have been sprayed with shimmer mist. It's a page from a Nina Point magazine with butterflies. There's a window with some climbing flowers and a little bird. It's a die cut. It's a page from the kit. This is a page that I dyed. It's got some pink and some yellow in it. This page has stitching around it. There's another page of the avocado dyed, and I put some die cuts on there of 2 children sitting under a tree reading. I think my mom purchased this. I think she said they were supposed to be reading the Bible, but I'm not sure. And I put a little butterfly and little flowers there. There's another page from the outlines of the music of history. Here's some eco-dyed paper that I did. And that's the other side. There's a fabric tuck at the bottom. Here's a time card with a doily that I punched. Some, I want to say KC company, but I'm not sure. Flowers and a Tim Holtz die cut water can. And you can write on the back of that as well. There's a little bit of tooling on it. And some gauze, I believe. Yep, gauze. This is a part of the kit. It's just a fuzzy cut out border of a flower, corner border. It's a page from the kit. It's got the writing on it with the background colors that I mixed and mingled and created. There's another Tim Holtz die cut for tags. This tag has some stickles on the butterflies with the background that I created, and I'm not going to take it out, but there's some writing paper in this little envelope. That's from the kit. There's another one of those corner scrolls from Carol. Here's a page from the kit. It's, well, got music notes and butterflies. Here's a page from the kit. It's a print of a eco-dyed paper that I did from some flowers in my garden. There's a little orange flower that I made, and I backed it with some gauze and put a little flat back pearl on it. There's a writing sheet from the kit, and it's held on with this altered paper clip that I did. It's got some little vintage buttons on it. There's another Morning Glory with butterflies and shimmer mist. Another stencil I did from one of the die cuts I received from someone. There's some butterflies. That's a decoupage from a napkin. And there's the other side of the written sheet. These graphics, most of the graphics came from the Graphics Fairy. In the background, I created mixing and mingling things together. That's a page that was tea stained, and there's some stitching. Here's another eco-dyed page. You can see I did it on a grid. It's actually a grill that you can put on your not a grill, but like a mat you can put on your grill so things will drip. They're disposable, so I figured they were good enough to buy. They lasted me for this, so I've used them several times, and they're still hanging around, and they're relatively inexpensive. Here's a page from that music book, and here's a medallion from the kit with a butterfly and a piece of gauze. Here's an envelope with, I've got some burlap trim at the bottom. There's another one of those butterfly postcards. Here's a page from the kit. It's got some stickles with some butterflies and flowers, and there's cocoons, and they're probably not all called inchworms. Caterpillars. Here's a tag that I made. And what this is the back. It's the middle section of a 3-ply napkin. And it had print on it, and I thought, well, hey, that's pretty cool. So I'm going to try to see if I can decoupage it, what it looks like. Well, I liked how it came out, and I had this, I don't know what this is, where it came from. I know it's not Tim Holtz, but it's got gold on it, and it's got pink flowers and butterflies. I thought that would make a cute tag. And here's another tag from the kit. I'm not sure if those are white morning glories or what, but there's a dragonfly, and there's stickles on here. Here's a card from the kit. It's a flower and some hummingbirds and a butterfly. You can write on the back. Here's a pretty butterfly die cut that, oh, I should remember her name. I got last year from somebody that I did a swap with. Jackie, I'm sorry. Cannot remember the last name. And here's another die page. This is another part of the needlepoint kit, the other side with the butterflies. This is another sheet of that old music, and I stenciled on it, and I protected the edge with an extra piece of paper. Here's a paper ruffle I made. Now we're into the third signature. This is done with decoupage napkin, and it's got stickles on it. There's another corner scroll and the dragonfly with the stickles. This is a coffee dye page that I had found, this huge doily, and I think the original is in here, and it had butterflies and flowers on it. Well, I don't know why I bought it, because it's a deep dark color and it's not something that I would normally use, but I've had it for a long time, and it came to good use. And some fancy stitches. Another Tim Holtz rating sheet, a Tim Holtz card that's been embellished. You can write on the back of that. It's a little orange flower with a flat back rhinestone, and here's a Tim Holtz card. Oops. This is a page that I jelly printed, and it almost looks like there's writing behind it, and there really wasn't. It was just the way the ink spread on the paper. That's the back side. It's been coffee dyed. Here's a page from the kit. It's an envelope. It's a page from the kit, and it's got one of those medallions and some flowers. Here's a page of eco-dyed paper. It's the other side. Here's some more of the outlines of music history. It's a page from the kit. It's been stitched, and that's just background. And here's that big doily that I used for the stencil on the tea stained page. It's a little bright for my likings, but I found it, and it worked perfectly. This is avocado dyed. On the back of this one was dyed with, this was yellow food coloring. And here's some Tim Holtz flowers that I punched out with a die cut. And here's a writing card, journal card. And this flower here should stop it. It's got gold on it, and it's got a little heart, and it's got some jelly print behind it, and this little mother of pearl bead type thing on this bulb pin. Here's an image from the kit. I'm not sure what those are, but they're beautiful. And this has a guest check inside. And here's the inside of the middle of the third signature, and this pocket also has a guest check with a butterfly that's got some silver stickles on it, and I think these are lilies. And this design was something I just created with the software. It's the back side of that page with stickles and butterflies. Here's the belly band from the kit. This butterfly came from the kit. I added a little bit of bling up the middle, and here's a couple of writing sheets. This is just a smaller version of one of the pages that's in the kit. Here's some yellow that's been stenciled. There's the back side of the doily. There's the other side of the background. There's another frame with another flower and the music sheet. Eco-dyed paper. It's the other side of the page with the medallion and another butterfly postcard. It's the back side of that writing sheet. Here's a guest check that I did. Tuck spot with a doily. A little bit of an embellished paperclip. Here's a matchbook writing pad. Just attaches to this fabric belly band. It's got some stitching, and you can see where it's T-side on the grid. Has this little diamond pattern on it. There's that doily that I used to make like a stencil. It's a pocket with the homemade paper. Tag with a decoupage napkin with lines on the back. It's got some fabrics here and some messy stitching there on that. And that's the last page of the third signature, and the last signature has the music sheet with a cluster with a little sticker and some fabrics behind it and some gauze. This side has some fabrics and some of the handmade paper and a rose and some little tags that are attached with this brad. There's a page from a magazine book that has the flowers. This is embroidery and appliqué. Here's a page from the kit. Here's a little window that I made using a die cut, and I put this flower behind it so it looks like you can write on the back of the card. Kind of looks like you're seeing those huge flowers out your window. So it has little tiny flowers lining the window and a few butterflies. Here's a printed page with lines, and they're on the eco-dyed paper. Some more of that kind of burlap trim. The little boy sitting on reading. Here's more eco-dyed paper. Just another Tim Holtz with a couple of items in the slots. A journaling card and some paper. This is the napkin that was decoupaged, and I took some glossy accents, and it had like little wet spots where it looked like dew. So I covered it with the glossy accents. And here's a page from the kit. There's also an envelope with another one of those butterfly cards. It's a page from the kit. Got stickles. This is a page from the kit with lines. This is another writing page. This one's got butterflies down the side, and it's got a top pocket with a writing sheet inside of it. Here's another page from the kit. It's a writing sheet lined. Some dyed paper. Here's another one of those corner scrolls. It's a journaling card I made from the music and some 3D stickers. They look like pansies. On the back is a postcard. And I made a fabric tuck. Some more eco-dyed paper. The music. Here's the children under the tree again reading. And she's got some flowers there and a butterfly there. Here are the hummingbirds with this flower and butterfly. Here's the pocket that has three pockets. This is a writing sheet. Up. It's a tag right on the back of that. Here's a little envelope, and I'm not going to open that. So there's something in there, and here's a butterfly. I think I got that from Carol Farney as well. There's the back side of the page from the kit. Here's another, the appliqué from the appliqué book, another page. Here's a tag I made with a book page and some cheesecloth, and I think Carol sent me this as well, and I put some glossy accents on it, and it's got a Tim Holtz stamp and some torn paper, and on the back it's got some avocado dyed paper. Goes in this little glassine bag with a Tim Holtz die cut flowers that were sprayed with glossy accents, or not glossy accents, shimmer mist. There's another ruffle, paper ruffle, and the back page has this last tag that's it's a napkin, I believe I did, and then I covered it with lace, and then I put this little piece of sari silk across it with another piece of fabric, and then a piece of the floral, and then it's got some pink food color dyed paper, and it too has those floral trims around it. And there's the back of it. So I will be listing this in my Etsy shop soon. If you're interested, let me know. I will be attaching those buttons here soon. And thank you for watching. And if you like it, give me a thumbs up. I can use all the subscribers I can get, just like anybody else. Don't like to ask though, but I guess that's something to get used to. So I hope you enjoyed this. Like I said, it'll be in my Etsy shop in a day or so. And thanks for watching.